forgot to do comments, but I do want to say I just did make a video and no caffeine, so I'm a little groggy. I'm resting now. I do have plans tomorrow night, get out a little bit. It's only a 30-minute video. It's got the 86 in it, the 69 and the 76 for items. It's got a lot of good stuff in there. So I don't know, we're just looking at stuff. I showed a lot about how there's how we've got on the 14th, you have 121 and 214 fused together, which 214th verse of Revelation is deadly wound. Revelation 13:3, which is what the Zapruder film was all about. On the rising day, it would be 121 again for Antichrist, fused with 216 if you rise on the 16th. 216, 6 times 6 times 6 is 216, and the number of James Bond's license tag. And Candy and I's combined number is at the end of the road with Christmas Eve, because what is there is 27952, and Trump will be that many days old on Christmas Eve, which could be a rising day or an offing day. And I ranked them after a lot of 30-minute videoing: December 20th, the 24th, and the 14th. And I just no clue. I mean, no clue. I won't be no all chips in no more. Then I showed you the grid on how strong everything is. And I just take you through my thought process. But if it's too long, too drony, not interesting, I just gave you the cliff notes, and we'll be getting to the each day beforehand grid. The grid for tomorrow, which I guess we should go over before we hit the comments. You get two different penumbral lunars that occurred on 2020 hitting on the same 37 progression, which is December 10th. Now, if I was to like a day that he would go down on, he would go down this Tuesday, rise on Thursday. The middle day, Wednesday, is the full of woe day. Wednesday, child full of woe. Wednesday, Adam's family. It's named after the god for dead souls. That would be the day he'd be in the ground, theoretically, right? And then rise on the third day. He would rise on Thor day with that sledgehammer, and he would go down on till Tuesday. If that was the case, there's a lot there. That almost fills the page, doesn't it? Yeah, it does fill the page completely. It's Elon Musk's birthday, Christopher Nolan birthday, Heath Ledger, the number 23. Release date, Jim Carrey, Trump posing with Bible, Skyfall, which is, Take the Bloody Shot, his right eye wound movie. Elvis birthday, Challenger NASA, event day. Ken Miles, who Christian Bale played him at Ford versus Ferrari. It's Ken Miles' death on Tuesday the 13th, 37 progression. Annular solar in 98. 98 first is White Horse, and JFK assassination date. All of those do hit on our till Tuesday date. He would rise. Well, if you include both dates, him going down, you would get your Saturday Night Fever album. You would get your, that was found in the Georgia Guidestones, right? You would get your Spin City, Back to the Future, Ford Judgment Day, Avengers Endgame, Demaryius Thomas death, Robert Trump death, the Highlander release date, the Killing Moon song release date, which was in Donnie Darko opening. Trump came out to The Undertaker in Florence, South Carolina on 1/15/2020. We just got through looking at that 1/15. We sure did. Previous, not January 15th, 115 Days from Abomination of Desolation gave us something. King Kong World Trade Center movie poster and all that. Release date 1976. The release date of that movie hits on the 14th. You know, if you include both dates, it'd be the offing day. The backwards cipher of the X across America 4/8/2024 does hit on the 14th for the. Now, see, that's a backward cipher, so I don't know if that works. Yeah, that is moving in the other direction because that's coming from 2024. So if you include both dates, it hits on the 15th, the rising day. Okay. I have to be smart like that. Now, his rising day on Thor Day, Escape from New York, Loose Change in American Coup, October 2nd, 2022. The 34-year anniversary of the Donnie Darko date. A blood moon total lunar on 2015, a total solar in 1988. Trump implosion casino, 37 progression to this date. Maggie Gyllenhaal's birthday progresses. Trump. What does it say? 10 weeks. Taj Mahal. Oh no, I'm going to remove weeks and hope that we are correct about that. Might need to investigate that. 2001, A Space Odyssey release date at the Uptown Theater. This will be his rising day. Liz Christ Trump's birthday. Her death on 6/6 of 66. Lucifer premiere of its TV show on Fox. And a total lunar on October 2nd, 2022. Excuse me. Total lunar eclipse of November 8th, 2022. And it is also a hit of October 2nd, 2022. We just read that. Yes, that all does hit on the 15th, which would be his rising day. And the movie Seven, release date, Alice Tully Theater. All that's the rising day. If you include both dates, the 16th is in play also for the 15th, the release date of 2001, A Space Odyssey. It's 222 in length. Day of the Dead movie, 88 Lights Tribute on 3/11. Brokeback Mountain, release date, which featured the Joker having sex with Donnie Darko. Metropolis, release date in 1927. October 26, 2019. 88 miles per hour of 2022 is 1988. Then 2019 is 95. So we did the October 26th of 2019. That's a lot of craziness there. And partial lunar eclipse, 1979. So that's coming up for this week. And if there was one more thing I wanted to look at, the 3/11 date of 2020 to our potential Taco Tuesday of December 13th. You do get your 007, 1007 days. 8,700 in the second. That's weird. I'm exactly 8,700 days away from my May date friends being born. My birthday to my born date to her born date. And remember that anomaly that took place with she and I and Trump and I's combined number. Is there any clues in here? You do have day 346 coming up on that's Tuesday, isn't it? All right. So anyway, let me work that out a little bit. Let's go to the 21st. It's day 347. Now him going down on Taco Tuesday on day 347. I will tell you it is 11 months, 13 days. I will tell you what I like about that. About him going down on this 13th. And I guess I should Put that in here also. A is that 347 was the score of two different football games, but one of them was the transfer portal game. What in the world do I mean by that? Well, we know that they took down the transfer portal commercial that we were using from their YouTube site. But we remember the transfer portal. Where number 4 went in and number 17 came out. But it was Tech versus State, and they played each other in a bowl game last year, and the score came to 34-7. And it was the same with the Florida-Georgia score. Florida-Georgia, 34-7. So that was October 30th last year. And then you come to Tech played State, which are the two teams in Fayetteville. Mississippi State played Texas Tech 34-7 bowl game.
According to Saturday Down South, Texas Tech struck first in the Liberty Bowl and never looked back. The Red Raiders thumped Leach's squad, a double-digit favorite, 34-7. Texas Tech controlled the game from the get-go. The Red Raiders never trailed in the first two quarters, outgaining the Bulldogs 252 to 128 yards, notching a 13-7 lead at the half.
Anyway, yeah, it was my son. He's coming to town. And let's go over a couple of comments. I love hearing from y'all. And thank y'all for putting up with me. We just really try to stay focused that when Trump goes down, our lives are never the same. We will be living in real time in the book of Revelation, and that's really what this is all about. Just keeping us focused. Joe said today is really huge. I still believe that the market has to go through a short squeeze before the event happens. That brings me to look at December 14th. And you saw us looking very, very strongly on the previous video at the 14th, and we showed you everything about it. Either way, I think it's going to be a real nightmare before Christmas. Yeah, right. Well, was there a movie called that? Nightmare Before Christmas movie. And we had Trump going down on the 24th. If you look at, I think I've already done that in this video. Candy and I's combined number 27952 is how many days old Trump will be on Christmas Eve. It's big. What a nightmare before Christmas. Or he rises on that day. What's wrong with that? That means he would go down on the 22nd. I don't know, man. It's all treacherous. Let's keep going. Nightmare Before Christmas. 2 anniversary of you know what. Oh, December 14th. Yeah, the poke. That would be tremendously amazing. Thank you for pointing that out, Joe. That 214 is the 2nd anniversary. Oh, man. Him going down on that anniversary, 2-year anniversary, on day 348. Of course, that day was on day 349 because that was a leap year. Then he would rise on 121, 216 fusion, go down on 121, 214 fusion, 214. The 214th verse of Revelation is the first time deadly wound is mentioned. Now, do you want to look at all the verses? Because we can do that. If 13 is the 14th, excuse me, if 3 is the 14th, then 12 is the 23rd, and 14 is the 25th. Those are the other 2 times deadly wound is mentioned. And when you look at it in Revelation 13, yeah, State versus Tech. Anyway, that was State versus Tech and the Florida Georgia game. They were both 34-7s in their rigged world. So are they telling us it's day 347? Well, it's one of many that we're looking at. And I'm glad I'm not focusing on one anymore. That's for sure. Florida Georgia 34-7. The AI gave us 333 in the results. 333000. All the world's a stage. The AI laughing. But lost focus. What was that? I digressed and lost my train of thought. But day 347 is that Taco Tuesday coming up. This coming Tuesday. So when you look at Revelation 13:3, saw one of his heads up if it were wounded to death. Zapruder film 3:13. Or this Bible verse. It's mentioned again at 12. That's 9 days later. So whose deadly wound, the first beast whose deadly wound was healed, and 3:14 is an image to the beast which had the wound by the sword and did live. So the other 2 Bible verses of deadly wound, and did live, it's Christmas Day that he would rise, if you're going by something like that. Be rising on Christmas Day. Which the death of Tammuz, the rising of Tammuz, dying and rising God. So rising of Tammuz, December 25th. December 25th was observed in honor of the birth of Tammuz long before Christmas existed. Birth of Tammuz. What about his rising? What pagan god is celebrated on December 25th? Saturn. Saturnalia. Truth about Christmas and Tammuz. So it's supposed to be his birthday. Babylonian sun deity. And of course, Israel had adopted that. Tammuz and Jesus more than a distant connection. And of course, a lot of your pagan sites will use this to tell you that there's no such thing as Jesus. You just know that one of these pagan god stories, which is fine. You let them do what they want to do. They haven't been called to the truth. This is what they've been destined to. So be it. But you have to look at when they would have this Trump situation based off all this. See, that's what we're talking about. Not really much help there. $44 million. So anyway, everything's sort of in play though around this Christmas time, and I like what we're getting at. I like what we're looking at, what we're getting into as we wind down this year, because doesn't it have to be this year? I mean, because when you see the Trump exit over his head in red and the year of the rabbit is lit, and Lily, who's sitting in the middle of that corona, repping the total solar. It just seems too perfect that the year of the rabbit, total solar, is the abomination of desolation date we have slated up. So he's got to go down soon, right? Ay, ay, ay. So it goes down to the 14th again. It's 127 days from the potential abomination of desolation date. And 127 is what sits in the middle of our combined number for 15 years, every other year. 627, 127, 627, 127, 627, 127. Just so much to look at. It's all just kind of scattered now. There's no more real narrow focus for me to really sink my teeth into, which is nothing's worked anyway in that direction. Where'd your comments go? Okay, then Joe's got another one here. So if it's down to the 14th and rise on the 16th, that's also the day at Avatar 2 comes out. Very fitting. I doubt that anyone will go watch it, as they are avatars. So here's what I want to say, Joe, about all that. The fallen angels don't use the human body to become an avatar until the abomination of desolation, when God sends them all a strong delusion that they will believe a lie, they will worship the image of the beast, and they will be possessed by demons. They will be superheroes. They'll start killing sheep rapidly. That's April 20th. So Avatar 2 release date, December 16th. 125 days from when it would actually happen. 180,000 minutes, or 18 coded in the seconds. 108. 18 coded again. 6 times 6 times 6. 6 times 6 times 6. Or excuse me, 6 plus 6 plus 6 is 18. That's coded in the seconds and the minutes. It's 3,000 hours to 125 days. Which is 5 times 5 times 5. It's 4 months, 4 days. 17 weeks, 6 days. The release of Avatar to when people would become avatars, potentially. Not when he spiritually rises. He'll be running World War III. For horses. Then return, then seemingly return from the dead to save the earth. And hello, Trey. Don't know if you saw this. The news Herzog grants Netanyahu 10 more days to form a coalition, adds a warning. The Likud leader now has until December 21st to finalize his far right, ultra Orthodox coalition that must work for the entire public, maintain bond with dysphoria, says President. December 10th, 12th, 21st, dates 121, depending on if you use 10-1 or 10th or 12th month. Yeah, that's true too. There's a lot of different ways to really bring these dates up that we attempted to do earlier. The 10th month. Of the 20th day, for instance. Well, this is just him going down on the 20th, the darkest day of the year. You get 1, 2, 3, you get 4 twos there. We have to remember 12 is a number for the church. There's just, I don't know, man. There's a lot of different ways to look at stuff. Nothing's really coming to me right now to really, I'm just pretty scrambled, which is fine. December 10th was like really like saying 10-10. And you know, the Twin Towers were 110 in height. They were a pair of 110s, which would come to 220. I'll tell you something else I wanted to go over with y'all. Dadgummit, lost his comments. Let's go back to that. Yeah, we still got him. Good. So I want to show you all this also. Last year, the shooting of Alec Baldwin shooting somebody. If Trump goes down on the 22nd, or excuse me, if Trump goes down on the 20th, like we're suspecting, that's our top date, right? We ranked them. So top date, December 20th. If Trump goes down on that date, he would rise on the 22nd spiritually. The minutes are 614, 880. We've been over this before. That's Trump's birthday, and then the number for Trump, 88, fused together in a minute, 614, 88. But more to the point, he's 1 year, 2 months, 1 day from that Alec Baldwin fake event. Why did they stage that event? That's 121 coded, 1 year, 2 months, 1 day. That's big. That's big. And it's 14 months, 1 day, excluding the end date. And when Sirius rose, there was 141 left in the year. And that's 14 months, 1 day. That's 141 coded. So it's just something. That 22nd rising day, that's the rebirth of the sun. That's when the sun begins, the days start to now increase. It's big. Did I lose his Netanyahu? might have lost his Netanyahu comments. But in IPEC GOAT, you do see the problems in the Middle East, to his point. Now there's a Netanyahu. It's right there. It was there all along. Revelation 2:10, fear none of the things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that you may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give you the crown of life. Thank you, my friend. That's a great verse. And I think that like takes place starting at the 4 horses through the abomination of desolation, right? So good stuff. I like that. Thank you, Christian. Just want to see your thoughts on December 21st, 25th, mimicking Christ at Christmas time. This year, the 21st is Wednesday, 22nd is Thursday, the 24th, Saturday and Sunday. This year, Christmas dates resemble Easter dates. Last Supper, Thursday, Good Friday, Crucified, Rises, Sunday, Christmas. That's super interesting. Very interesting. Thank you, Christian. Good stuff. All right, thank y'all. I think we're done, right? Right eye is the logo for the avatar. Fascinating. Deadly wound, right eye to the Antichrist. Love y'all.